Welcome back, everybody. I have a second video for you. If you've seen the first video, we went ahead and created a profile ATS that we boosted to level 36 to have all of its settings. Now, again, the profile still remains the same. I still only have the first two. Profile, again, still set to do not use or not use the Steam Cloud. Okay, it's exactly the same. Now I've gone ahead and made some changes into the settings. Basically what this video will cover is on how to clone an existing profile that, let's say you want to keep your levels, you want to keep your settings, and you want to use the same profile, but let's say you want to use different mods, or you want to join a different convoy that uses different mods apart from what you currently have. So I'm going to show you that this is the way that you can duplicate or clone your existing profile and retain all of your settings and mods. So we're going to go over to the mods. I'm going to go ahead and throw in a mod in here real quick. Let me grab something simple. Let's go ahead and throw a weather effect on there. Okay. I'll just do one for now. You can see now we have one mod active. And in the test profile, we still have no mods. Okay. So we're going to clone our profile ATS, and we're going to go ahead and name it something else so we can use it with a different mod. But we also want to be able to retain all of our settings, our current configuration. I'm going to go ahead and load into the game right now just so you guys can see the settings, and then we'll do a comparison after we clone the account. Here you can see it's still the same settings that we had before, same configuration with all the skills. I haven't really changed anything. But I am going to show you some of the settings that I have. So one of the biggest things is I have plugged in my wheel. I have a Logitech G923 racing wheel with shifter. I've gone ahead and done that configuration. I've gone ahead and set an H shifter for the transmission. I've gone ahead and selected my wheel, my pedals. So if I press on my gas, you'll see this accelerate. Press on my brake. Okay, I'm not using a clutch, just gas and brake, and the wheel to go left and right. Okay. In addition to that, I've gone ahead and done the H shifter setup. So as you can see, I have everything set up as it should. I've already pre-tested all of this to make sure that it works. In addition to that, I do have a Tobii eye tracker, which I've gone ahead and configured and activated. Okay. I've also done all of my keybinds. So they all have the proper keybinds for the additional buttons on the wheel and everything else that I've customized for the raising and lowering of the truck suspension. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and show you the truck itself in the live mode, just so you can see that everything operates. This takes a few seconds. Okay, so here we are in our garage. I'm outside. Okay, I'm going to go inside into the first person view, and here's my eye tracker working. Okay, if we turn the vehicle on, and I've done that with the wheel, you'll see here on the map on the bottom right corner, currently it says neutral. So if I switch to the first gear, which is with the shifter, right? And then I've also configured the key to go from low to the next, and also low to high. So you can see that. If you look at the dashboard itself, I've also configured the J-brake with a button. We have our blinkers. And again, I'm not using the keyboard as I'm actually using the wheel for this, okay? So just to kind of give you guys an idea as to how to retain your settings. Nothing special, but just to kind of give you guys a visual. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and exit the game. We're going to save the settings as they are. We always want to save before we exit. And again, we did have that mod in there. Yep. All right. So to duplicate this account, I'm going to go ahead and exit the game, and we're going to go back to the desktop. Okay, so now that we're at the desktop, the only thing that we are going to use is the website to do the hex to string. So I'll minimize that. We're going to go over to our Documents, American Truck Simulator, Profiles folder. And again, this is the profile that we originally did. So all I'm going to go ahead is copy the name. I'm going to bring up the website. I'm going to paste it in here. And as you can tell, it is called Profile ATS. Okay. So basically the way this works, and this is pretty simple, straightforward. We simply want to clone this profile, but we want to give it a different name so we can add different mods to it. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and right click. We're going to say copy, right click. We're going to say paste. And as you can see, it is the same file. It's just a copy of that file. Now we're going to be modifying the copy, not the original. We're going to go inside the copy. Now what we need to do is we need to look at the profile. Now this profile is also encrypted. If we open it up with Notepad or Notepad++, you can see that it is a encrypted file. Okay, so we need to go ahead and decrypt it. I still have the SII decryptor on my desktop. We're simply going to click and drag this file over it and drop it in. And one way you can tell is that the capacity of the file changes. So it used to be 5K, it's now 24 KB. Now we should be able to right click again, go over to open with Notepad++. Now we can edit the file. And it's very simple. We are simply just going all the way down to the bottom, which is where the information that we modify is. Here's the name of the file. Now I'm going to go ahead and call this one Profile ATS, and we're going to go ahead and just add the word mod, M-O-D. Okay. So that's what we're going to call the file. We're not going to change anything else on it. Everything else remains the same. We want to retain everything, but now the profile is called ATS mod. We're going to go ahead and save that. We're going to close this. Actually, before I do that, I was forgetting one step. Go ahead and grab a copy of this. Control C. Again, it's already saved. We're going to close. We're going to close. And again, just to make sure that it still works, I'm going to reopen it again just to make sure, because I did have the second one open while it was encrypted. We're going to scroll all the way to the bottom. And again, profile ATS mod. All right. Now what we're going to do is here on the website, we're going to go ahead and use the string to binary converter. Okay. So the string to binary allows us to throw the name of the profile, and it allows us to go ahead and convert it over. But as you can see, it's actually not working. So string to binary is what it says. Or actually, I went to the wrong one. That's probably why. I need to go to string. There you go. String to hex. I went to the wrong one, unfortunately. So we're going to throw that one again. And here we go. So now we're going from string to hex is what we want. We're going to go ahead and just grab this. We're going to copy. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back. We're going to grab this and we're going to rename it. And we're going to paste the new hex code. Okay, so you can see we went from 5453 and we just added the additional letters on there. That's all you need to do to duplicate the profile. Okay, now that everything's been saved, we're going to go ahead and minimize this. And we're going to launch the game. I'll be back in a minute while I launch the game. Okay, now that we're back inside the game, we're going to go ahead and click OK on the configuration pop-up box. All right, now you will see that there should be an additional file, or in this case, profile. All right, so we do have the profile called mod, or profile ATS mod, and then we have the original profile ATS. Okay, and if we look under the manage profiles section, we have an identical profile. It just has a different name. It's treated as a different file. Okay, here's the test one that I was originally working on, and here is the two files. As you can see, it does indicate that each one has a mod. All right. So if we actually say, go back to that one, say use profile, and as you can see here inside the mod, we have the original mod. We're going to go ahead and remove this mod. We're going to say save changes. This is our original one. You can see we have 0 mods now. We're going to switch over to the profile ATS mod. And if we look at the mods themselves, just use the other button. They both take you to the same place. It's still the same mod. Okay, we're not going to delete it. We're going to leave it in there because we're going to load into this new profile. Okay, just go ahead and load in as we normally do. Okay, now that we're back in the game, you can see that everything still remains the same. Nothing really has changed. If we actually look at our settings, go into our controls, everything is still the same. We still have the wheel and keyboard configuration, the H shifter, and again we have the wheel. So if I turn the wheel, still activates, accelerator, brake. Again, this is all under the new profile. I have the E10 Fuller 18 speed configuration still with all the keys and buttons already pre-mapped. And again, I do have the Toby already pre-configured and checked as well, ready to go. If we look at the keybinds, same thing. All of our settings are still there. Okay. So to not try to make this video too long, let's go into the drive mode. Okay, now that we're in the live mode, you can see that the head tracker still works. Okay. And if I exit outside, again, I can still see the truck is exactly the same spot where we left it. I'll go back inside the truck. We'll go ahead and turn the truck back on. And again, as you can see, it's already on low 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, I have my reverse, my low, low. And again, if I click on the buttons, you can see it goes to high and low. All right, and J brake, blinkers. So again, I kept all of my configuration. Everything's still the same. Nothing changes. Okay. So this is a good way to be able to duplicate a file with a different name and still be able to retain all of your settings and configuration if you use a wheel, keyboard, a controller, whatever the case may be, without the need of actually creating a whole new profile if you already have a high-level profile that you simply want to duplicate. Sorry for the train. We'll go ahead and go into the menu. Again, so all we're going to do is now just go ahead and save again and exit all the way out. All right, we'll go to the main menu. Say yes. All right, and there you go. So you have the ATS mod, you have the regular ATS without the add-on, and then we have our test profile. So hopefully you guys found this useful. easy way to be able to back up or create a duplicate file, or excuse me, profile. So this way, if you have a high level one, you can go ahead and utilize it for anything else. So if you're constantly jumping between different convoys for different communities, or let's say you have one for a VTC and one that you want to play for yourself, and you've already put in the time to level this particular profile and you just want to duplicate it, this is the easy way. All right. Hope everybody, this was helpful for everybody. I will catch you guys on the next video. Have a good day. Bye.